So guys, for the last, I would say, nearly 2 years, I have been working away on a side project that I'm really, really excited about and kind of terrified to unleash upon the world, because I know that when I do, it's like when I put out a video, it's not really mine anymore. Like, it's not something that just exists in this void. It's not a fursuit. Oh my god. What is wrong with you guys? It's not a fursuit. Look, okay. It's not a fursuit. You guys know that, 3 years ago, I started the merch label Eyepatch Wolves. And Eyepatch Wolves was this thing where I wanted to do like a fake anime through a clothing line, and each clothing drop would be like a new story arc. And it's been like a fucking blast. It's been like really, really fun. I guess just to take a second, I just want to say that like everyone who like bought something or just did like fan art or just did any random thing with Eyepatch Wolves, thank you so much, because that is really, in a lot of ways, I feel like Eyepatch Wolves kind of reinvigorated my creativity and just made me so excited to start making things. And it was probably it's probably, like, when I think about it, it's the first time I really made something that's just mine, you know? People still asking, is all this leading to a fursuit? Can you imagine, like, I say all this and then I go off camera and I sit back down and I'm wearing a fursuit? But no, it's not a fursuit. Fuck, okay, look, I don't know how to put this, but basically, 2 years ago I got approached with a really fucking cool opportunity. That opportunity has come to fruition out of a lot of work from a lot of really, really talented people. It is that we are turning Eyepatch Wolves into a webcomic, and here is the trailer. I hope you enjoy.
You ready? Crow.
Let's do this.
This city gets crazier and crazier. Sometimes I don't even recognize it anymore.
Hey, Crow!
You want to be remembered by a tombstone.
Something's not right, Crow.
Wolf, Crow, welcome to tomorrow.
Look at me. Look at what you made me.
This city is a virus, and I am the vaccine.
Stay with me, kid. Just stay with me. You can't run from this, Crow. You're gonna have to face it someday.
Way too many of you thought that that was going to be a fursuit reveal. Listen, guys, unless life has some weird shit coming that I am deeply unaware of, it's never going to be a fursuit reveal, because it's just not my, it's not my thing. I appreciate the furry community from a distance, but I've just never felt compelled to dress up in a fursuit as much as evidence, like, tangentially might suggest that it's not the case. But look, here's what I'll say, okay? Here's what I'll say. I saw a TikTok video recently, right? And it was this girl, and she said that she had this thing called the Furry Test. And the Furry Test isn't what you think it will be, right? She was saying that if she asks someone, what do you think of furries? That is going to be a nearly definitive indicator of what kind of person they are and if they're going to get on. And she said that, and I was like, really? Like, fucking how, And then she had this really interesting idea, right? If someone's response is like, well, even just that, like, well, that means that person on some level is like open-minded and can like see outside like their own bubble or their own sphere and just be like, yeah, look, fuck it. If other people enjoy doing this shit, who am I to judge? They ain't hurting anyone, whatever. And she said that, and I was like, that is 100% true, you know? Because I always think, like, you know when, like, furry stuff comes up, and someone is immediately like, oh, man, it's all about, like, weird sex stuff. I always kind of feel like with that, when someone immediately takes it there, I'm kind of like, I feel like you took it there as opposed to, like, them. And also, like, if you're opposed to weird sex stuff or people doing weird sex stuff in private, I got some bad news for you about the human population, you know? And so, like, I do think there is something to that, where it is like, yeah, I mean, fuck it, who gives a shit, right? Like, if that is really your, like, mark for judging someone, I think, like, hey, look, they ain't hurting anyone. And look, I spent a long time at anime conventions. I've talked to a lot of furries over the years. They're pretty chill. They're cool. They're grand. Let them at it. What is it about if it's not about sex stuff, though? I mean, you could say a lot of different reasons, but I think there's there's just some people where they feel more comfortable embodying a character and conveying themselves through big cartoonish gestures than they do, like, just being in their regular skin. And fuck it, like, who cares, you know? And, like, even if it is weird sex stuff, as long as it's not, like, fucking in public or making other people uncomfortable, who gives a shit? Like, whatever, who fucking cares, you know? Like, I don't give a shit what anyone does behind closed doors. Disney's Robin Hood movie, that's your answer. They do a lot of hacking too. Yeah, this is another thing I've learned. Usually, like, if someone's a furry, there's a really high chance they're like a software engineer or an accountant. I don't know why. I don't know what the deal is there, but anecdotally, most of the furries I have interacted with in my day are that. But I don't know. I think it's cool to just be like, okay, so, like, look, the big comparison people always make, right, is that, so you have furries, or, like, you know, people doing shit like that, people that think are fucking cringe or whatever, and then you have football fans, and you see football fans with the face makeup and the big insane outfits and the capes and all this kind of stuff. And I think, like, some people are like, well, what's the difference, you know? And I think that is a pretty fair point of comparison. But what I would say is, like, with football fans, and, like, I'm mainly talking about, like, soccer hooligan type fans who I think are way more a thing in, like, Ireland and the UK than America. But, like, they make me nervous. Like, if I'm walking by a pub and there's, like, a match on and there's a bunch of lads outside it in a jersey, I am like, oh, fucking here we go, you know? Because, like, I don't know what it is. I've talked about this before. A lot of times in my life, random dudes will just try and start fights with me. And it is a football type that will do it. So the place I was going with this is, a furry has never done that to me. But then I thought of, like, the fucking horrifying reality. The horrifying alternate reality where I'm walking by, like, a crowd of furries at a convention, and they're all like, hey, fucking you. And I'm like, oh, what? And some dude in a fucking beaver costume comes over, and he's like, you fucking starting? And I'm like, no, giant beaver, please don't do this. And the problem would be, is because they're in the fursuit, I couldn't use my grappling on them because it'd be too inanatomical. But no, that's never happened. Furries are always just pretty chill to me, honestly. So, like, why the fuck? I know they buy a lot of merch, so yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think so. Like, the thing is, when I was, like, younger, I thought furries were, like, the weirdest fucking thing. I thought they were, like, really, like, oh, that's gross and that's weird, and, like, that really kind of, I was like, oh, I'm so uncomfortable if, like, a furry's around or whatever. And then one day, no one even said it to me. I just started thinking about it, and I was like, why does this bother me? And why am I, like, conveying to people that it bothers me? And then I really thought about it, and I was like, well, I guess it's something that, like, I'm unfamiliar with, and I don't understand why people do it. And then I was like, okay, so is our line of discomfort being that we don't understand why someone would do something? Or can we just take it in good faith that people are different from us and people just get their enjoyment in different ways? Because I feel like when you put it like that, you start to see that, like, there's really two paths you can follow here, and one of them's pretty fucking dark, and one involves just letting people live their lives. So yeah, I was just like, yeah, you know what? Who gives a shit, you know? And that's one of the things that kind of, like, gets me about, like, homophobes. I'm kind of like, how do you have the fucking energy, dude? Like, why do you give a shit? Like, who? Like, look, okay, like, if you don't have to kiss a man. Once you're solid in that identity, then really none of the rest of this shit applies to you. You're fine, you know? Anyway, this is getting into a whole other fucking thing. But, yeah, that's, that is my long-awaited, statement on furries, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. People are uneasy with themselves and they need a scapegoat to cope with that feeling. That's why they are homophobic, etc. Yeah, can't relate, you know? Like, I get that, but I've never been so... Sorry, okay. I've never been so insecure in myself or so dissatisfied with my own lot that I'm like, no, there's probably two women kissing each other somewhere right now. Oh, there's probably two boys holding hands. Oh, they better not go past second base. I just had a bad day at work. And let's clip that and show it to people out of context. Can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine if the thing that brings my career down is a 5-second video clip of me being like, oh, I hope boys aren't kissing.